was really exciting, and it really blew open the possibilities because we were still DJs when we did this, and we knew, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna wind down DJing because, we book a year in advance, so you have to really be thinking about how you're gonna extract yourself from that part of the business.
What we do is we help wedding professionals to make more money, book more weddings, attract the clients that they really want to be working with.
We help people in the wedding industry who are really great at what they do, but not so great at the business side, improve their numbers and book more brides. We started working together 18 years ago. We met in the corporate world working for IBM in a clean room. So we had the white ninja outfits on, and she was probably one of the only...
More like giant marshmallows than ninjas, I think.
Well, she was the only female marshmallow in the room there, so I got friendly with her, and she ended up being my trainer.
Fast forward some years, we left IBM.
Yeah, we were able to both quit IBM, then decided to start a business together. And we were at a wedding, we were watching this DJ, really wasn't doing a really very good job, actually, and I asked the groom's mother, and she said, oh, we paid him X amount of dollars, and it was actually a lot. And so I was back at the table calculating numbers, how many weddings I could do in a year. And I was like, Stephanie, we're gonna be DJs. I always hated DJs. I always thought they steal, our gigs, and they don't really have any talent. And so I reached that point where I was like, if I can't beat them, I'm gonna dominate them.
It was actually his rock star, I'm too cool for school sensibilities that really helped us to distinguish ourselves, because we identified ourselves as the non-cheesy DJ alternative. And we built our business up to 6 figures as a single op, just solo DJs, which is really...
We realized when we reached that point that we really enjoyed the business side more than actually being DJs.
Just like we had the housing bubble pop, the wedding industry had a similar kind of bubble. The budget for the average wedding kept going up and up and up every year from 1980 on. And then we hit the recession and pop. Now couples were looking for ways to save, becoming frugal, do it yourself
DIY became
was
really
big.
popular.
And so all our wedding professional friends freaked out, and everybody bought into the fear, and they started chopping their prices to try to compete.
It was a disaster. We got married in our backyard. Our entire wedding cost maybe $4,500, including dress, rings, booze, everything, because we just don't care about that stuff, But we ended up working in high-end weddings. That's the people that hired us, and we look at like hundreds of thousands of dollars being spent. Like, holy shit, this is crazy.
And because we were working in the wedding industry in that way, it didn't quite feel so right, because we weren't the people who would have those big weddings and spending more than you spent on a house in some cases. And
going into debt massively.
But it's quite authentic for us to be working with business people, because they are passionate about what they do and they want to create a life for themselves that supports that. Java! We actually have decided that we're renaming Java. She's having a renaming ceremony. She's going to be Ontraport.
I almost believe that.
So was it easy? I think it was as easy as it could be. Yeah.
We didn't know. We kind of went in very optimistic, like, oh, it's all going to be good. But I didn't really know what would happen.
I found that the deeper and deeper I get into Ontraport, the more I learn about it, the more exciting it gets, because now I go, oh, and I could do this with it, and I could do that, which I had no idea when I first started using it. Just being able to create sequences, time them, coordinate them with landing pages. It allowed us to do things that I think we would have had to have, like half a dozen different...
Yeah, before we even really knew how to use the system very well, we were able to pull off a successful launch with affiliates, which we found out afterwards was really dumb.
You're not supposed to do an affiliate launch your very first time out.
We did. It was like, oh, let's just do that, because that's what the big guys do, right? And we didn't know any better, so we did it. But it made our list blow up. Being able to do what I love, like I'm around the things I love all the time. I'm home, I love working from home, I love working online. It feels great when you get an email where someone's business has been turned around and they're super excited and like, oh my God, this has had a huge impact on my business. That is just amazing.
That we could create passive income at some point, it was like, wow, it was real.
Yeah, that dream of being on a laptop at the beach actually isn't completely out of the question.
And also, somebody paid us to learn what we know. It was really validation that what we had was valuable to other people. We can be free to create our own schedule in our life in that way and choose who we want to work with.